What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I want to start out this video remembering all of the good things that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has brought us, and all of the laughs and joy that Stan Lee brought us in his many cameos in just about every Marvel movie I can remember, including some of the animated series. Before I get into what I'm about to show you, because I think that I want your mind to be in a good place. Remember all the fun Guardians of the Galaxy was when it first came out? How about that new Avengers video game from Square Enix that's starting to look actually okay, as improved gameplay continues to be seen by fans of Marvel Online. Remember that time you went and saw Doctor Strange and you thought, this probably isn't going to be very good, and the movie was actually pretty dang good. Remember all the jokes. Remember all the times that Marvel made you laugh, that Stan Lee brightened your day. Remember how committed Stan Lee was his entire life to the fans until the very end. That man attended every conference, every convention. He shook all the hands, even when he was often too sick or too tired to even hold his own head up. Remember that when I show you what this current Blizzard, and now upcoming Marvel employee says about Stan Lee. Now, a tweet has surfaced. I have done my best to verify that this tweet exists. I am about 75% sure that it was real, maybe 80%, but without an archive, you can never really be 100% sure. But I'm going to build a case for you, one that I hope that you'll like this video, you'll leave comments, and that you'll share. I'm going to put this video in the gaming section of YouTube, and maybe it will trend if we share it enough, because I wonder what Marvel would say about this. I don't think Blizzard cares anymore, but Marvel in particular. All right. F. Stan Lee. So what if he's dead? He's still just an R thief and an appropriator of culture, just like that jerk Cebulski. If I ever work at Marvel, I'll tear down as much as possible of Stan Lee's so-called legacy, as possible. Mind you, this person was just hired by Marvel, which I will get into in just a moment. There is some anecdotal evidence here that I think helps build the case. There is one reply here to a now deleted tweet by Alyssa Wong. By the way, I have reached out publicly to Alyssa to ask about this, but she has been meticulously scrubbing her Twitter feed, which leads me to believe that this is very probable. When you take all these little pieces of circumstantial evidence, or anecdotal evidence, or whatever, these are neither the right words, just pieces of evidence, it paints a picture that this tweet is likely real. You see Kaiser Leo replying to a now deleted tweet saying, yeah, F. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby for creating Black Panther, and they are white. And Don McGregor for writing Black Panther, early solo stories, because he was white. And Chris Claremont for introducing a Native American mutant in X-Men without being Native American. This one tweet, which still exists live on November 29th, okay? This tweet was on November 12th. This leads me to believe that this is a real tweet. When we also look at the amount of scrubbing Alyssa Wong has been doing on her Twitter feed, it tells me, you mean to say that she has never tweeted about Stan Lee? How about she has deleted all of her tweets about CB Cebulski, which we're going to look at in a minute. Here's tweets about Cebulski that we know existed that she deleted. Marvel Comics hires Overwatch writer Alyssa Wong after calling Marvel editor-in-chief CB Cebulski the R word. Marvel Comics hired Overwatch writer Alyssa Wong after she personally called Marvel editor-in-chief CB Cebulski a bad word. In October previews, Marvel Comics revealed Overwatch writer and Nebula Award winner Alyssa Wong to write Future Fight First Crescent #1 and a bunch of other small-time comics. You know how I've been telling you to follow the brilliant writer Alyssa Wong, aka Crash Wong? She's co-writing in the Arrow and Wave stories with me in the Arrow series. As we documented in November 2017, Wong went after CB Cebulski after he had revealed that he had written under a Japanese pen name, Akira Yoshida. In a now deleted tweet, oh, but we have an archive of this one, she says, W Privilege is participating in literary yellowface, writing under an Asian pseudonym to lend authenticity to your fake Asian stories, advance your career while getting to dodge the R word and discrimination that Asian folks face every day. We've seen this before. It all boils down to the same R, Oriental B. I mean, I don't know. Can these people talk without cursing every single word? I mean, I don't understand. And then in deleted tweets here, this is about her, I guess, now boss. A couple things about CB Cebulski, Akira Yoshida, before I step away from social media. People are complicated. Making mistakes doesn't cancel out the good work that he has done. But good work, well, he is a really good guy. Also, doesn't erase the real harm someone's done. This is why you get a ton of shocked, well, he's been really nice to me reactions every time someone's ugly stuff gets exposed. Their being nice shouldn't give them immunity to having to face their problematic behavior. Sure. I think that's fair. A lot of people are, well, I donate to charity, but I also do all this other terrible stuff. That doesn't excuse you from it. Of course. But let's see, she now calls for his firing. One way you can take concrete action in response to CB Cebulski is to let Marvel know how messed up this is. Put pressure on by making your voices heard. Well, let me ask you this out there, okay? If you have a Twitter account, maybe send this video to Marvel and at Marvel and ask them why they would hire somebody that would speak like this about Stan Lee. This is her own tactic, right? She's imploring people to reach out to Marvel to, I can only assume, have CB Cebulski removed from editing comic books. Put pressure on by making your voices heard. And then, just as importantly, if not more, support actual Asian comic creators. Well, I don't buy my comic books based on, you know, the color of somebody's skin. I don't know a person on earth that probably does that. If they do, they're the type of people that post pictures about it on Twitter and use like the term woke unironically. And this is the type of person who writes all sorts of heinous things. I'm pretty sure my response to an exam question about the use of theme was, I don't pick themes to cater to white, straight audiences. Okay. I mean, 90% of your comic book audience, but whatever. You know, man, sometimes I think how incredibly R my MFA program is and how visible the R was so many people because of how few folks of color were in cohort. Goes on to talk about, I don't know, a master's degree program. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I started listening to the Golden Compass today, and I'm really disappointed that I don't like it. I thought I would, but this is a lot more R and grossly S than I thought it would be. In retrospect, what I should have expected from a story about British academia and expeditions. This person now works for Marvel. So, like Alyssa Wong, in fact, I'm curious what Overwatch thinks about this. I'm surprised that this wasn't more of an uproar at the time. It wasn't even ratioed. That shows you the bubble that some people might live in. Now, this is a Blizzard employee who works on the game, the video game Overwatch. She now works for Marvel and says that she will be tearing down as much of Stan Lee's so-called legacy as possible. Well, I, for one, don't support that. I can't believe Marvel would support that. I'm guessing that Marvel Comics and Marvel, the MCU people, CB Cebulski, maybe they don't know about this tweet. Maybe a bunch of people sending CB Cebulski this video would be helpful. And Alyssa Wong is going to fall back and say that it's fake or something because it's been deleted. I think there's plenty of evidence. The strongest part is, of course, the reply to that, which is, this clearly provides, is in the same context of the initial tweet. I believe that it's significantly more likely to be real than anything else. Based on some of the other things that this Blizzard Overwatch employee has said, I believe that this is not the type of person I want writing my comic books, and this definitely isn't the type of person that I want working on my video games, specifically the narratives of my video game, since she writes for Play Overwatch and Marvel now. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to be sharing this video out. I've done my part. I hope you'll share it out as well. This is peak Marvel right now. These are the people that are writing your comic books. It's no wonder that the industry is completely tanking. I had high hopes for the video game, even though Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe isn't exactly exciting me that much. This will be an interesting story to follow. I wonder if CB Cebulski knows about this. I wonder if they care. My guess is we'll hear a lot of silence. But remember, everyone who watches this video, remember that if we all share it, Marvel will see it. And we know if they take no action, that alone is action in and of itself. I hope you enjoyed this video. I strongly dislike this Overwatch employee's opinions, but definitely don't bother interacting with them. I would say interact directly with Play Overwatch and Marvel should you want to talk to anybody about this. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.